Welcome all. Aristocrat IS is launching a new concept called as PYQ matrix. So that I'm handling CSAT. So that we will see the PYQs of CSAT. I will cover from 2015 till 2025. So that it will be helpful for your May 24th exams. So let us start with ratio and proportion. Ratio and proportion is the basics. It is a fundamental. If you understand the ratio, we can solve any questions. Let us see the PYQs of ratio and proportion. In a rare coin collection, there is one gold coin for every 3 non-gold coins. 10 more gold coins are added to the collection. 10 more gold coins are added to the collection. And the ratio of gold coins to non-gold coins would be 1:2. Based on the information, you should find the total number of coins in the collection now. How much it is? Listen carefully. In the first sentence, there is one gold coin for every 3 non-gold coins. That is 1:3. In X method, let us take gold coins as X, non-gold coins as 3X. Gold coins as X, non-gold coins as 3X. Full stop. 10 more gold coins are added to the collection. 10 coins, that is 10 more gold coins. Here X is gold coin, just add 10 for this, don't add 10 for non-gold coin. 10 gold coins should be added to the gold coins only. X is gold coins. Then the ratio of gold coins to the non-gold coins. What is the meaning of ratio? Ratio A is to B can be written as A by B. Ratio is nothing but division. Write like this. Ratio will become 1:2. That is, you can write it as 1/2. Then cross multiply it. 2 into X, 2X. 2 into 10, 20. 1 into 3X, 3X. Then if you simplify 3X minus 2X, X is equal to 20. You got the value of X? Then they're asking to find the total number of coins in the collection now. Total number of coins. Coins means it may be gold coins or non-gold coins. Both you should add. Gold coins is X. Non-gold coins is 3X. But X plus 3X, 4X, X is 20. 4 into 20, 80. 80 is not the correct answer because later they will add 10 more gold coins to the collection. Therefore, you should add 10 to the collection. X plus 3X, 4X plus 10. X means 20. 4 into 20, that is 80. 80 plus 10, 90. How many coins are in the collection? 90 coins are in the collection. That is option A. 90 is the correct answer. Let us see the next question. A sum of rupees 2,500 is distributed among XYZ in the ratio 1/2 is to 3/4 is to 5/6. What is the difference between maximum share and minimum share? Listen here. The shares are in the form of fraction. You should convert fractions into integers. What is the meaning of integers? Integers. In number system, we will learn about fractions, integers. Integers means integers may be negative, 0 or positive. That is -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. These are called as integers. Then first you convert fractions into integers. How to convert fractions into integers means first you write like this. Then take LCM of denominator. After finding LCM, multiply that LCM to each fraction. LCM of 2, 4, 6. How to find LCM? Among these 3 numbers, which is the highest number? 6 is the highest number. Then see other numbers, whether they are factors of this number. 4 is not factor. Yes, 2 is factor. Then multiple of next highest number. This is the highest number. What is the multiple of next number is 12. Yes, 4 is a factor of 12. 2 is a factor of 12. Therefore, LCM of 2, 4, 6 is 12. Multiply to each fraction. Multiply by 12, 12, 12. 2 ones are 2 6 are 4 ones are 4 threes are 3 threes are 9, 6 ones are 6 twos are 5 twos are 10. X will get 6 parts, Y will get 9 parts, Z will get 10 parts. A sum of rupees 2500 means all these three persons will be having 2500. 6 plus 9 15, 15 plus 10 25. 25 parts is nothing but this total amount, that is 2500. 25 parts is nothing but 2500. One part means 25 ones are 25 followed by two zeros. Above the arrow mark, what you will write, it represents one part. Therefore, they're asking the difference between maximum share and minimum share. Maximum share is 10, minimum share is 6. So what is the difference? 10 minus 6, that is 4. 4 part, that is 4 into 100, 400 rupees. This is the difference between maximum share and minimum share. That is option C. This question they have asked in UPSC CSAT 2020. You should know the basics, that is LCM, how to find LCM, and how to convert fractions into integers. First, in CSAT, basic is what? You should learn square numbers, that is from 1 to 25, cube numbers 1 to 15, and tables from 1 to 20 and 25 table. These are all the basics. First, you should learn these basics. Let us see the next question. An amount of money was distributed among A, B, C in the ratio P is to Q is to R. A will get P parts, B will get Q parts, C will get R parts. Consider the following statements. First statement is A will get maximum share if P is greater than Q plus R. P is greater than Q plus R. If means what? Condition. Condition is what? P should be greater than Q plus R. Logically, A will get maximum share means what is the literal meaning? This amount should be greater than this amount, and this amount should also be greater than this amount. That is, P should be greater than Q as well as P should be greater than R. Take any examples. We will see some examples. This condition should be satisfied. For this condition, take values. P is greater than means take P as 5, Q as 2, R as 1. Yes, P is 5 greater than Q plus R, that is 2 plus 1, 3. If this is true, try for this. By seeing this, you should not take values. By seeing this, you should take the values. P is 5 greater than Q, yes, 5 greater than 2, as well as P is greater than R, 5 is greater than 1. You can take any values, and if you check, you will get universally correct. So that A will get maximum share. This is correct. Come for statement B. If you come for statement B, that is C gets minimum share if R is less than P plus Q. R is less than P plus Q. Literal meaning is what? Logically, C will get minimum share means this amount should be less than this also, and this amount should be less than this also. That is, R should be less than Q as well as R should be less than P. Otherwise, Q greater than R, P greater than R. Finally, what is the literal meaning? R is less than Q, R is less than P. So that then only C will get minimum share. By seeing this, you should take value. R is less than P plus Q. Okay. I will take P value as 2, Q value as 1. If I take P as 2, Q as 1, that is P plus Q is 3. I can't take R as 3. So that take P as 4, Q as 3, and then R as 2. P plus Q, that is 4 plus 3, 7, greater than R, yes, holds good. And check individually whether Q is greater than R, yes, 3 is greater than 2. Whether P is greater than R, yes, 4 is greater than 3. Yes, it is correct. Instead of here R as 2, can I take R as 1? If you take R as 1, then you will get same. That is 4 plus 3, 7, 7 greater than 1. That is also correct. And then Q greater than R, yes, 3 greater than 1. And finally P, yes, P is 4, 4 is greater than 1. Always in number system, check for worst case. How worst case means? Instead of these values, take P as 6, Q as 5, then R as 4. If you check for worst case, P plus Q should be greater than R. P plus Q, 6 plus 5, 11. 11 is greater than 4. Then individually if you check, that is also, it holds good. That is P greater than R. P is what? 6. 6 greater than 4. Then Q. Q is 5. 5 greater than 4. So it is also satisfying. R is less than P plus Q. And check for some other values. R is less than P plus Q, nothing but P plus Q greater than R. That is, P should be greater than R, Q should be greater than R. Then only C will get minimum share. So, if you take P as 6, then Q as 1, R as 2. For this value, P plus Q, that is 6 plus 1, 7, greater than 2. For this condition, you should take values and then check for this. P greater than R. Yes, P is 6, greater than 2. That is correct. Come for Q. Q is what? 1. 1 is not greater than 2. Always you should check for worst case, not for best case. So that statement 2, that is wrong. Always take value for this condition and check for this one, extended version. Here, universally, if you take any values, it holds good. But here, it will not hold good. So that answer is, which of the above statements is or are correct? That is one only. Only first statement is correct. Let us see the next question. A person X wants to distribute some pens among 6 children A, B, C, D, E and F. A gets twice the number of pens received by P, 3 times that of C, means A is base. They are taking A as base. A is twice B, A is thrice C, A is 4 times that of D, A is 5 times that of E, and A will get 6 times that of F. That one you write carefully. A is equal to twice that of B, A is equal to 3C, A is equal to 4D, A is equal to 5E, A is equal to 6F. What is the minimum number of pens X should buy so that number of pens each one should get, the number of pens should get, it should be an even number. Listen here, there is a keyword minimum. In number system, we know about HCF and LCM. HCF means highest common factor, LCM means least common or lowest common multiple. If you see the keyword minimum, least, lowest, so that you should find LCM. If you see the keyword maximum, highest, greatest, you should find HCF. These are the keywords. Just you should find LCM of these numbers. LCM of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How to find LCM? First, you identify the highest number. Highest number is 6. Whether other numbers are also factor of 6. Once again, you should see there is a number 5. What is the meaning of 5? Last digit should be 5 or 0, right? In multiple of 6, last digit 5 is not there. Last digit 0 is there. So 6 5 is a 30. Yes, 5 is factor, 4 is not factor. Leave 30. Next, 6 tens are 60. If I take LCM as 60, yes, 5 is factor, 4 is factor, 3 is factor, 2 is factor. Therefore, LCM is 60. LCM is 60 means A will get 60 pence. A will get 60 pence. Then B, C. B means what? A is equal to 2, B means B is half of A. Half of 60 is 30 pence. C is 1/3 of A. That is 60 by 3, 20. D is 1/4 of A. That is 1/4 of 60 is 15. Now carefully listen. Each one should get the pen. The pen should be even number. But D is getting 15 pence means 15 is odd. If you are getting 15, then LCM is not 60. If LCM is not 60, what may be the LCM? Next multiple. You should take next multiple. That is 62 is a 120. That is A will get 120 pence. B will get half of A. That is 120 by 2, 60. C will get 1/3 of A. That is 40. D will get 1/4. That is 30. E 1/5. 5 2s are 10. 20. 5 4s are, then F will get 1/6, that is 20. Total how many pens are there? If you add, no need of adding, just to see unit digit. Unit digit is 4. See in the option where unit digit is 4, that is option C. If you add, you will get minimum pens as 294. Therefore, option C 294 is the correct answer. This one in number system, it is important. The keyword you should observe. Always you should observe the keyword in the question. Let us see the next question. A question. This is called as data sufficiency questions. ನೋಡಿ ಡಾಟಾ ಸಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೊಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಗೆ 2 ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ 1 ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೀವು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ, ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ 2 ಮಾತ್ರ ನೋಡಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ, ಅಥವಾ 2 ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನೋಡಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ? 4ನೇ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ 2 ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರು ಸಹ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ as data sufficiency questions. A question is given followed by 2 statements 1 and 2. Consider the question and the statements. Certain amount was there, it was divided among x, y, z. Question: who received the least amount? This is a question. Statement 1: x received 4 by 5 of what y and z together received. Listen here. Then by seeing this, I can't say who will get the least amount. Listen here. Alphabets one side. X by y plus z is equal to 4 by 5. What is the meaning of this? X will get 4 parts. Both y and z will get 5 parts. You don't know individually how much y will get and z will get. So that come for statement 2. Y received 2/7 of what? X and z together received. Then alphabets one side, y by x plus z is equal to 2 by 7. That is, y will get 2 parts, both x and z will get 7 parts. And you don't know individually how much x will get, z will get. So what you should do? Combine both statements. If you combine both statements, you know x will get 4 parts and y will get 2 parts. Listen carefully. Here both x and z will get 7 parts. You know the share of x. X will get 4. Then z should get 3 parts. Here also, y plus z, both will get 5 parts. You know the share of y? Y will get 2 parts. Then z will get 5 minus 2, that is 3 parts. So that when you combine both the statements, you got x will get 4 parts, y will get 2 parts, z will get 3 parts. By seeing this, you can say who received least amount. That is, y received least amount. So that, see option C, the question can be answered by using both the statements together, but cannot be answered using either statement alone. This is the correct answer. This is called as data sufficiency. In exam, almost in 2025, they have asked 8 questions. In data sufficiency, they will ask 8 questions, minimum 8 questions. So that in data sufficiency, there may be averages, ages, time and work, anything, number system. Majorly in exams, in UPSC CSAT, if you come across the PYQs, maximum they will ask number system. Number system only they will ask 3 to 4 questions in data sufficiency. So be careful while answering. Let us see the next question. Partnership. Ratio and proportion we have solved. Then we'll move to the partnership. Partnership, one thing you should remember, that is the relationship between profit, investment and time. Profit ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ಗೆ, that determines the profit. By this, what you can draw the inference means, ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ meaning is what? Profit is directly proportional to investment. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಈ ನಿಮಗೆ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೊಂದೇ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಇರೋದು. ನಿಮಗೆ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರು ಸಿಗ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ UPSC CSAT 2024 ಅವ್ರು ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ನಾವು ಯಾವುದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನು ಸಹ ನೆಗ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ಕ್ಯಾಲೆಂಡರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಕ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿದರೆ, ಕ್ಯಾಲೆಂಡರ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕ್ಲಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 2024 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕ್ಯಾಲೆಂಡರ್ಸ್ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್, ಕ್ಲಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫೈಂಡ್ ದ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಹವರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅಂತ, ಮಿನಿಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ 2025 ಕೇಳಿಲ್ಲ, 26 ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಯಾವ ಸಣ್ಣ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ನೀವು ಬಿಡಬೇಡಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, 2 persons P and Q enter into a business. P puts rupees 14,000 more than Q, but P has invested for 8 months and Q has invested for 10 months. If P's share is rupees 400 more than Q share, out of the total profit of rupees 2,000, you should find the capital contributed by P. Capital of P or investment by B, both are same. Listen carefully. P puts rupees 14,000 more than Q. That is the investment of P. We are comparing investment of P with Q. Q you don't know. Put it as X. Let investment of Q be X. P's investment will be what? 14,000 plus X. Then listen here. Next, what you should do, you know the relation, profit is directly proportional to investment. Then what you will do, investment profit of A by profit of B, but here it is P and Q. Profit of P by profit of Q is equal to investment of A by investment of Q. So investment of A, now it is not investment of A, sorry, this is P and Q. So investment of P means what? 14,000 plus X by investment of Q, that is X, is equal to profit of P by profit of Q. Carefully observe, P has invested for 8 months, Q has invested for, that is 10 months. Profit of A, that is investment into time, profit of B, investment of B into time, duration of B. Now profit of A by profit of B. Carefully listen. Total profit is 2,000. Total profit is 2,000 rupees. P share is, that is P's profit is 400 rupees more than Q. How to find? Easily means subtract from 2,000 400, you will get 1,600. P and Q, 2 persons are there, divide by 2. 1,600 by 2 means that is 800 rupees. Total profit is 2,000. One will get 800 means, carefully listen, P's profit is 400 rupees more than Q. Definitely 2000 minus 800, 1200. P is getting more means definitely this is profit of P. This is profit of Q. Therefore, profit of P, profit of Q. Write the values then. Profit of P, that is 1200. Profit of Q, that is rupees 800. Simplify it. Cancel, cancel. 4 twos are 4 threes are 2 ones are 2 fives are. Now you simplify. 14 eights are. You should know the tables. 14 eights are 112 followed by 3 zeros, that is 1,12,000 plus 8x is equal to 3 5s are 15 x 15x 15x minus 8x, that is 7x. 7x is equal to 112 followed by 3 zeros. 7 ones are 7, 4 remainder 42, 7 6 are followed by 3 zeros. What you will get x? That is not the answer. They are asking investment of P, capital contributed by P. That 16,000 is there, right? That is investment of Q. But investment of P is what? P will invest 14,000 more when compared to Q. Investment of P is equal to 14,000 plus 16,000. That is 30,000. This is the investment of P. That is option A is the correct answer. This question they have asked in 2024. One thing in partnership you should remember is profit is equal to investment into time, and profit of anything, take A and B. Profit of A by profit of B is equal to investment of A by investment of B. Since profit is directly proportional to investment. Let us see the next question. ನೋಡಿ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೇ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿರೋದು, ಸೊ ಒಂದೇ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇದೆ PYQs. ಸೊ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಈಸಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜಸ್ ನಮಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. 2024 ಇನ್ 2024 ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ಡ್ 3 ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್. In 2025 they have asked 2 questions. In 2023 2 questions. Minimum they will ask 2 questions. So be careful about percentages. ನಿಮಗೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ CSAT ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು ಲೈಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯೂಲ್ 1 ರೇಷಿಯೋ, ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್, averages, ages. ರೇಷಿಯೋ 2 to 3 questions, ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ 2 to 3. ನೀವು averages ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ 2023 24 25 25 ಸಹ 2 ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ 2 ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್. ಏಜಸ್ 24 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, 22 ಲೈಕ್ 20 ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, 25 ಕೇಳಿಲ್ಲ. ಯು ಮೇ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ 1 ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಸೊ 2 4 6 7 ಈ ಪಾಠದಿಂದನೇ ನೀವು 6 to 8 ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಈಸಿಲಿ ಸ್ಕೋರಿಂಗ್. ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ಯೂಲ್ 1 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಮಾಡ್ಯೂಲ್ 2 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವರ್ಕ್, ಪೈಪ್ಸ್, ಸ್ಪೀಡ್, ಟ್ರೈನ್ಸ್. 2025 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮೇಲೆ 1 ಕ್ವಶನ್, ಪೈಪ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ 1 ಕ್ವಶನ್, ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಮೇಲೆ 1 ಕ್ವಶನ್, ಟ್ರೈನ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ 1 ಕ್ವಶನ್, 4 ಕ್ವಶನ್. 8 + 4 12 ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಈಸಿಲಿ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸ್ಕೋರ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಮಿಸಲೇನಿಯಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್, ಈ ಮಿಸಲೇನಿಯಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೀವು ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದು. ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನೋಡೋಣ. P salary is 20% lower than Q salary. Q salary, which means what? That is Q is 20% lower than R salary. By how much percentage R salary more than P salary? Listen here. We are comparing P with Q, Q with R. In percentages, which is base, which is reference, you should take it as 100. Since it is a percentage, take 100. R is base, I will take 100. Q salary is 20% lower than R salary. Reverse engineering process. Come from backwards here. Q salary is 20% lower than R salary. If R salary is 100, Q salary is 20% less. Directly you can write 80. And P salary is 20% lower than Q salary. Listen carefully. P salary is 20% lower means you should not write 80 minus 20. If you want to write 20% less means it should be 100. Base should be 100. For this 20% means 20 only. So 100 minus 20. For this 20% means you should not write 80 minus 20. 20% less means take minus. Always if they give any percentage, 10% is base or 50%. So for 80, what is 10%? 8. What is 20%? 16. Subtract 16. 80 minus 16, that is 64. 64 you should write, not 80 minus 20, 60. Then they are speaking just about R and P. So R salary is 100, P salary is 64. They are asking by how much percentage is R salary more than P salary. You should not say our salary is 36% more. If you want to say 36% more, it should be 100, it should be 136. It is 64. You can't say 36% more. Listen carefully. It is more by 36. We are comparing by how much percentage our salary more than P. We are comparing this with this. So write 64 in the denominator. Otherwise, here there is keyword more. Here there is keyword more. Always we will compare. More means what? We will compare with lesser person who will be having lesser amount. Who will be having lesser amount among between R and P? P. So write 64. If it is less, in denominator should write more amount. Then since it is percentage, multiply by 100. If you know the tables, 4 16s are 64, 4 25s are 100, 4 4s are 16, 4 9s are 36, 25 9s are, learn tables of 25, 225 by 4. In UPSC, there is no complex simplification. After writing this, 4 5s are 20. In option where first digit is 5, this option. If you simplify, you will get 4 5s are 20, 2 remainder 25, 4 6 are 24, 1 remainder 0.10, 4 2s are 8, 2 remainder 4 5s are. So in UPSC there is no simplification. First understand the methodology. This is the method to solve. Next question we'll see. A number is mistakenly divided by 4 instead of multiplying by 4. What is the percentage change in the result due to the mistake? First we should know the formula of percentage error. Percentage error means error upon original value and for 100 how much. This is the formula to find percentage error. Error means what? Difference between true value and false value or taken value. A number in percentages in basics we know that anything base, anything reference, we should take it as 100. Here number is base. I will take number as 100. 100 is mistakenly divided by 4. 100 is divided by 4. That is mistake. But what you should do? Instead of multiplying by 4, you should multiply number by 4. That is multiply like this. What is 100 4s are? 400. 100 by 4 means 25. Error means difference between true value and false value. That is 375. So error is 375. What is the original value? Original value is always true value. Both are same. Upon 400 into 100, how much? 2 zeros cancel. 375 by 4. That is 4 9s are 36. See the options. First digit 9 is there in the only option D. So option D is the correct answer. In UPSC, as I have said previously, there is no complex simplification. Learn the methodology first, how to solve. This is the method. Next, a person buys 3 articles P, Q and R for rupees 3,330. Means total cost of all these 3 articles is 3,330. If P costs 25% more than R and R costs 20% more than Q, you should find the cost of P. I am comparing P with R, finally R with Q. So that base is Q, reference is Q. Since it is percentages, take value of Q as 100. R costs 20% more than Q. Since it is 100, 20% more means 100 plus 20. 20% less means 100 minus 20. Directly you can do 100 plus 20, 120. P costs 25% more than R. 25% more than R. Listen here. 25% more means you should not add 120 plus 25. 25% of this you should take. What is 50% of 120? 50% of 120 means half of 120, that is 60. So 50% is 120. 25 means half of 50. What is half of 120? That is 60. Just add 60. 120 plus 60, that is 180. Value of P is 180. Value of Q is 100. Value of R is 120. Add all these three. 100, 100, 100, 300. Then if you add Q, you will take reference as 100. Then R costs 20% more than Q, that is 120. Then come for this. P costs 25% more than R. 25% more. 25% more means what? For 120, you should find 25%. 25% means in fraction 1 by 4. 4 ones are 4 threes are 0. That is plus 30. Sorry, it is not 60. 50% was 60. 25% is 30. Sorry. Okay. For 120, 50% is what? 60. 25% means half of 60, that is 30. 120 plus 30, that is 150. Value of P is 150. Q is 100. R is 120. Add all these. 100, 100, 100, 300. 50 plus 20, 370. 370 percentage is nothing but 3,330 rupees. 10 cancel. You should find cost of P. How to find cost of P? P will get 150%. And if you carefully observe, last digit is 7. Here last digit is 3. In multiple of 7, where last digit is 3, 7 nines are. So 37 nines are. Then 150 nines are. If you know the table, 15 nines are. That is 135 followed by 0. Cost of P, that is 1350. Option D is the correct answer. 1350 is the correct answer. Okay, next question ನೋಡೋಣ. ನೋಡಿ ಇದು 2025 ರೀಸೆಂಟ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. The price P of a commodity is first increased by K percentage. ನೋಡಿ P ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದನ್ನ P ಅಂತ ಡಿನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. is first increased by K. 10% increase ಅಂದ್ರೆ 100 plus 10 110 by 100. So K percent increase ಅಂದ್ರೆ 100 plus K. Percentage ಅಂದ್ರೆ divide by 100. Next. Then decreased by K. 100 minus K by 100. And once again increased by K. That is increase ಅಂದ್ರೆ 100 add ಮಾಡಿ, decrease ಅಂದ್ರೆ 100 ಇಂದ ಕಳೀರಿ. 100 plus K by 100. And once again decreased by K percentage. 100 minus K by 100. If the new price is Q, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇದ್ರದ್ದು ನ್ಯೂ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ Q ಅಂತ ಆಗುತ್ತಂತೆ, ಹೀಗೆ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. What is the relationship between P and Q? Carefully observe. In denominator 4, 6, 8, 8 zeros are there. You can represent it as 10 power 8. Then if you cross multiply, it will become Q into 10 to the power 8. In options, where 10 to the power 8 is there? Option A, option D. So ruled out. Option B, option C. Then if you carefully observe, 100 plus K into 100 minus K. It looks like A plus B into A minus B. A plus B into A minus B. We should know algebraic identities. Simple. A square minus B square. So next, 100 plus K into 100 minus K. You will write it as 100 square minus K square. Here also same. 100 plus K into 100 minus K. That is 100 square minus K square. Listen carefully. 100 square minus K square, 100 minus K square. That is 2 times it is there. 2 times means you can write it as whole square. In the option, where whole square is there? Option A. Without simplifying, you can tell. But how to simplify? 100 square. 100 means you can write 10 square whole square, that is 10 power 4. In surds and indices, we know a power m whole power n, it is a power m into n. Then q into 10 to the power 8. 100 square means we know that is 10 power 4 minus k square. 2 times it is there. So what is the answer? Q into 10 power and p is there, right? P. This is the relation. Q into 10 power 8 is equal to P into 10 to the power 4 minus k square whole square. That is option A is the correct answer. We should know the basic algebraic identities. If you know A plus B whole square, A square plus B square plus 2AB, A minus B whole square, A square plus B square minus 2AB, A plus B into A minus B, that is A square minus B square. This is more than enough. And then in surds and indices, some basics I will tell you. Surds and indices. A power m into A power n. It can be written as A power m plus n. If bases are same, powers can be equated or added. A power m divided by A power n, you can write it as A power m minus n. A power m whole power n, you can write it as A power m into n. A into B whole power m, you can write it as A power m into B power m. Finally, A by B whole power m, nothing but A power m by B power m. These are all the basic surds and indices. So indices means powers. Let us see the next question. This question also they have asked in 2025. Recently they have asked this question. Listen here. This question is related to consumption expenditure. Listen here carefully. The petrol price shot up by 10% as a result of hike in the crude oil prices. The price of petrol before hike was 90 rupees per liter. A person travels 2200 km every month and his car gives a mileage of 16 km per liter. By how many kilometers should he reduce his travel if he wants to maintain his expenditure at the previous level? If you know the concept, expenditure is equal to price into consumption, you can solve this question. This is the concept behind this. Expenditure is equal to price into consumption. Case 1. Listen here. If price is increased, case 1 is if price is increased, consumption should be decreased so as not to increase the expenditure. What is the meaning of so as not to increase expenditure? Expenditure should remain constant. So for this, it is given by x by 100 plus x. What is the meaning of x? That is percentage hike. Then case 2. If price is decreased, consumption may be increased so as not to increase the expenditure. Expenditure should remain constant. In both cases, expenditure should be constant only. So for this, it is given by x by 100 minus x. So here if you carefully observe, the petrol price shot up, that is price increased by 10%, and they are asking by how many kilometer should he reduce his travel, means consumption should be decreased. Wants to maintain his expenditure at the previous level, means expenditure is constant, it should not decrease or increase. So you should use case 1, x by 100 plus x of what was initial, this distance. X means what? 10. 10 by 100 plus 10, 110 of 2200. 1010 cancel, 11 2s are 22 followed by 0 means what? 200 kilometer he should reduce, then only expenditure remains constant. That is option B. Listen here, this ratio, this partnership, these percentages. This is important. From these three units, minimum you can expect 4, maximum 6, 4 to 6. You can expect ratio and proportion, partnership and percentages. You can expect 4 to 6 questions. 4 questions means how many marks into 2.5? 10 marks. This is 6 questions means 15. Means easily you will get 15 marks. And on average you will get 12.5. So that don't neglect ratio and proportion, partnership, percentages. Next we will see time and work and all. These are the basics. If you understand these basics, then we will go further. So in the next class, we will do time and work, pipes and tanks, speed and trains. Okay, thank you all.